What I wanted to share with you today is how your biggest problem can be the path to your purpose. So this came to me this morning and I thought about it and I started to think back to when I had my first problem that I can actually remember. So everything was actually going pretty well in my life until I was about 15, and I was sitting at school, had the uniform pulled up, sitting down on the ground, tanning my legs back when we didn't know about skin cancer. And my friend said to me, "Your ankles are getting fat." And that was the day that my eating disorder started. So from that day on, I thought that I was fat. So my biggest problem back then was an eating disorder. And probably for the next 20 years, that was one of my biggest problems, was body image. And so I ended up writing a course called Love the Body You're In. So you can see how when something is your focus, something is challenging you, it's actually a calling to how you can help other people. So that was actually my first step into coaching people, was teaching them through that program how to love your body, because actually your weight has nothing to do with food. It's all about how you feel about your body. And then I looked at what happened next. And I think really my challenge that came after that was that I'd always been a high achiever and a perfectionist and a people pleaser. But I only really became aware of it when I was faced with tragic circumstances. So my mum passed away, and then I had one of the main physios in my business leave and take a lot of my clients. So I had to really hit rock bottom to become aware of what a people pleaser I was and how that was impacting my life, and it wasn't giving me peace of mind. So what I wanted then more than anything was peace of mind. And so I started the program From People Pleaser to Soul Pleaser and helped people to shift from that frustrated, overthinking, overwhelmed, exhausted, not living your own life, people pleaser, to peace of mind. And then, of course, as a result of doing that, I realized that now the thing that wakes me up every morning and gets me through the day and gets me excited and inspired is for me to be able to help as many people as I can follow their purpose and help others by following their purpose, which of course has led me to teach people how to prosper from their purpose through purpose prosperity. So each time I've had a challenge, it's actually evolved over time, but it begs me to ask you, what is your main challenge right now? If you could just fix one thing in your life, what would it be? Because it can be a hint towards what your calling is. Because as you know, the best way for you to get what you want is to help other people get what they want. And particularly if you're helping people that want the same thing as you. And this brings me to a really emotional call that I had. In fact, many of the calls were very emotional. But one of the calls that I had was with Deanna during the week. And she wasn't sure what her purpose was. And so I started to ask about her history, and I started to ask about what's on her mind most of the time and what her main focus is. And she's been really having some health challenges. And as we talked about it, she became very aware that she has always had health challenges. And in the past, she's gone down the path that most people do, which is to try and fix the outside circumstances. So she became a personal trainer, and she taught everybody how to eat really well, how to exercise. She was doing the same thing herself, but ultimately she still had health issues. And then I introduced her to the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, and she started to become aware of the very, very strong power of the subconscious mind and belief systems that impacts our health. And particularly because we've also talked before about how often a people pleaser is very sensitive and sensitive to energy, it also makes us very sensitive to suggestion. So somebody said to Deanna, "Oh, you're depressed." And then all of a sudden, she was thinking that she was depressed because somebody said it to her. So as a people pleaser, often we can really take on other people's opinions to become our own. And so by taking this power back, Deanna has dived in. She's already got her page set up, already got her group set up, Abundant Health. And she's going to be teaching something very unique about how to have abundant health through her own challenges. So I just wanted to share that with you, because if you start to look at your life story and realize that all the challenges you've ever had are placed before you as an opportunity for you to overcome those challenges and then for you to help other people overcome those challenges. So right now, what is the most important thing to you? If you could fix one thing in your life, what would it be? And I would say to you, is there a way that even if you're still in the process of that, you could start to help other people fix that problem too? Because I can guarantee that if you have a problem, you're not the only one. Sometimes we think we are. We think that we're weird on our own and nobody else is weird like us and nobody else would understand. But when I came out of the closet about my people pleasing and really, my awakening to spirituality, there was all these other people out there just waiting to agree and to join me. So think about that and, share with me anything that you feel and whatever comes up for you about that.